Hello there. This is Aberdour Castle. Today we're going to walk on a very short stretch of the Fife Coastal Path between here, Aberdour, and North Queensferry. It's about 7 miles. We'll have a quick look at Aberdour, but in the first place I just wanted to show you this, because this is quite unusual. A lot of the castle is still standing. The older part here is, as you can see, ruinous. But you've got this absolutely massive chunk that's somehow just fallen off and landed in the ground. And it's just unusual because this massive bit of masonry has remained intact, although it has separated from the main building. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. You get lots of castles that are ruinous and there's the odd bit of stone on the ground, but you'll never see anything like this. I'm not entirely sure how this has come about. It may well be the case that in other castles any bits of stone that have fallen off are quickly scooped up by folk in the surrounding area and used to build their houses. Perhaps this big bit here has escaped that fate. There's a part of me thinks that a couple of buckets of super glue and a very large crane would perhaps put that back up there. Then again, maybe not.
You can pick up the Fife Coastal Path going west just opposite the Woodside Hotel. But before you go, you simply have to visit that hotel, for in their lounge is something very, very special. The carved wood and curving stained glass is all that remains of the upper part of the smoking room of steamship Orontes. She was built at Fairfield Shipyard in Govan and launched in 1902. What you see before you was salvaged from a burnt island breaker's yard. How could something so utterly beautiful ever come so close to being destroyed?
This is the ruins of St Bridget's Kirk. I'm not going to tell you all about it because I don't know. But you can check the internet. Sometimes reeling off a whole load of historical facts can be a bit tedious. But this is the sort of ruin that you just sometimes just sort of chance upon when you're out and about. And there's nothing nicer than just aimlessly ambling around such places, imagining what they were once like when they had a roof, because most of these kind of ruins don't have roofs. And it must have been a kirk, obviously, I presume. And that looks like the main body of the church down there. This particular part here has a kind of house feel about it. I don't know if it was or not, but when it was in use, you would obviously have lovely views over the water. You can see it right across the First of Forth towards Arthur Street, Edinburgh. So when you pass this building, come in and just spend a moment wandering around and thinking of the past and how things might once have been. This is Donnybristle Bay. I was a little confused there for a moment, and I did a great big long spiel just over there, which isn't Donnybristle Bay, but I thought it was. But I could only see one old building when I thought I should be seeing two wings. There used to be a castle just over there, Donnybristle Castle, but it burnt down long, long ago, hundreds of years ago. It was replaced by a house in 1720, and it too burnt down, except for just the two wings. And I think this is what we can see here today, is the remaining two wings of the house, now turned into modern housing, and there's other modern structures built around them. I understand there is a subterranean passage between the two wings, which has got to be of some interest. In 1317, now I know earlier on at St Bridget's Kirk I said about how tedious rhyming off historical facts might be, so I'm about to rhyme off historical facts. Feel free to slope off and make toast if you want. In 1317, an English army landed here in Donnybristle Bay with the intention of doing us some harm. The Bishop of Dunkeld, William Sinclair, managed to rally Scottish troops with the battle cry, "All ye who love Scotland, follow me." And they managed to repel the English invaders and nip the whole thing in the bud. So with that in mind, follow me.
Between Aberdour and North Queensferry, the Fife Coastal Path passes through Inverkeithing, one of those little towns that bristles with ancient buildings, architectural gems from another infinitely richer era. Here, for example, we see the Market Cross, topped with a proud white unicorn bearing the Scottish saltire. It is quite unusual to find one in such fine condition.
Well, that's us in North Queensferry, and that's the Forth Bridge, railway bridge. It was built between 1883 and 1890. Over 4,500 men were involved in its construction. Of those, around 78 died during the building of the bridge. And when I say around, what I actually mean is the actual figure's not too clear. It's changed over the years and has in fact gone up recently. It's perhaps thought that they didn't really want the number to be fully known for whatever reason. But clearly even one man dying is too many, and 78 or whatever the figure actually is clearly a lot of men. Anyway, that was a very small bit of the Fife Coastal Path between Aberdour and here, North Queensferry, and passing through Inverkeithing, which was a surprisingly lovely place, full of really old buildings and architecture and stuff. I'm Eddie Burns. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again.